welcome back to my art channel. I thought we'd spend today in my sketchbook, and while you watch me sketch hands, or parts of hands to be more precise, I'll talk a little bit about my sketching habits. As you might know, I'm very new at art, any type of art, so creating a sketchbook habit is not the easiest thing because of a few reasons. Well, two main reasons. The first one is my limited time to sketch. I aim for at least half an hour a day, but sometimes that's hard to make happen. I do have a full-time career as a fiction author, which requires a lot of time, mental energy, and resources. So sometimes even half an hour feels like too much to ask of myself. I still generally manage 5 days of drawing a week, but it's not always in my sketchbook. The second reason is that there are so many artsy distractions, and what I mean by that is that even if I find the time to draw for 30 minutes every day, well, 5 days a week at least, my sketchbook might not attract me that much. It might not capture my attention. I use it mainly to practice, so when I sketch I focus on things I'm trying to learn and not always things I feel like drawing. So instead of sketching, I might just want to draw something for fun, either in the fun sketchbook, which is where I draw whatever I want, or I'd go for watercolors or acrylics, or just play with digital painting for the day. If, like me, you want to be more intentional with your sketching, maybe my tricks will help you as well. The most impactful change I made was to integrate sketching into some sort of routine, a pre-existing routine to be exact. I went with my morning coffee routine as my main choice, and every morning I typically spend about an hour in the kitchen sipping my one large mug of coffee, which I'm allowed per day. It's a huge mug. It's pretty much as big as my head. If you've seen it in any of my live streams, then you know it's huge. And the reason why I stick to one is because I'm trying to cut back on my caffeine intake and keep it to the mornings and not drink it, throughout the day. While I drink my coffee, I'll journal for the first half hour, then sketch for the next half. I open up the book I'm working on. For this sketching session that you're seeing, I was using the book of 100 hands, and then start sketching. I am very strict with my morning routine. I rarely skip it, and if I do, I feel like my day doesn't start right. So I'm most likely to sketch that day if this part is integrated in my normal morning routine. It doesn't work every day, especially if I've had too little sleep and I'm very tired. And when that happens, what I do is I at least go for a fun sketch. What I mean by that is draw a person, or say I'm binging some show, whether it be a TV show or an anime series. What I'll do is grab my sketchbook and start drawing. And if what I'm working on makes it into my session, that's even better. As this year my focus is on anatomy and figure drawing, as long as I stick to a more realistic style or try to deconstruct interesting poses, it's pretty much a success. If none of these tricks work, then I'll just go with canvas sketching. I pull out my Everything Goes sketchbook, so the fun one I mentioned earlier, and draw whatever I want. It might be a flower, it might be like a sketch of a pond, I don't care. It doesn't matter if I wasn't supposed to draw what I'm currently drawing at that point. At the end of the day, it's better than not having drawn at all. Honestly, the more I draw, the better I feel when I draw. So I added my sketching and my drawing sessions to my habit tracker. I'm really keen on checking off habits every day, and the more I do it, the easier it becomes. I've been working on this for most of last year, so right now, if there are too many days where I don't draw, I start to feel weird, like something's missing. I can't keep my sketchbook on my desk because it's just too cramped, which would be ideal because if you have it close to you, you're more likely to use it. So what I do to compensate for that is keep it somewhere visible. My pencil and knitted eraser are also close by to where I store my sketchbook, so it's easy to just grab everything. So, as it currently stands, every time I turn to leave my desk, because my desk faces a wall, so I have to turn around to leave the room, I'll spot my sketchbook and my pencil and eraser. The pencil's bright red and the eraser is hot pink, so they're really visible. They stand out. As I'm new at this, I didn't know what sketchbooks I preferred when I bought some of mine. So over time I realized I'm not a fan of spiral bound ones. I prefer being able to open my sketchbook and have the full spread to draw on. The spiral binding prevents that from happening, because even if you go from one page to the other, it will break your drawing in two. So yeah, I fully intend to fill up my last remaining such sketchbook. Gladly. I'll say done. I only had 2 of those, so that's good, but I plan to stick to what I like best after that. It actually makes sketching a lot more fun, and the easier and more pleasant it seems or feels, the more likely I am to do it. These are all my tricks to make sure I find the time to sketch and to make sure I use that time for actual sketching. Hope you find some of this useful and you can implement it. If you do, please consider giving this video a like, maybe even share it with your art friends if you think they'd find it useful. Now, at the end of the video, I have one question for you. How do you go about sketching regularly? Do you use tricks, rewards, consequences if you don't get it done? I'd love to hear about it in the comments, so let's pull all the aces up our sleeves and make sure we all achieve our sketching goals for the year. Thank you so much for being here with me for yet another video. If you'd like to follow along with my very stumbly art journey, please consider subscribing to my channel. I truly appreciate every single subscriber and every single view I get. Don't forget that I now do regular art streams on Saturdays. You can either watch them here on my art channel or over on Twitch, if you prefer that platform for live streams. Thanks again, and I'll see you all very soon with a new art video. Bye!